Oh, pop culture pros, don't you dare be sour. Clap for the dirty episode of the Four Quarter Show. Welcome. I'm gonna do another intro. Welcome to the greatest podcast of all time. Welcome to the Four Quarter Show, starring Mello on the line. I am your hostess with the mostest, aka Mr. Swiss Roll, aka the main event, aka the showstopper, Mello. And as always, I am joined by my apparent look-alike brother.
Oh, we did get that.
The Cuban-Honduran Avenger. It is none other than Alain Francisco Cienfuegos Lorenzo.
Where did the Francisco come from? That's what you're doing or something?
I don't know. What do you mean? I looked it up on the birth certificate. That's what was there. The F, no?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And I have to start this episode with a very big happy birthday to the one and only Mello. Mr. Swiss Roll, Mr. Swiss Beats, Mr. Roll-Ups, Mr. Sweet Roll-Ups, Mr. Gushers himself is 30. On the 30th episode, it couldn't have been more planned or more perfect, but it just shows you the amazingness of this show. So I'm going to start off this episode with a little celebration. All right, is everybody ready? Here we go.
Hey, boss. Jasmine, thank you.
Here we go. Happy birthday, Mello.
Oh, you're
All right, we're not done. We're not done here.
Oh, man.
This is a live show. Oh, what do we got? Oh, let's get this started.
Why?
Yes, sir. Your birthday is not done. Even though he had a big 90s party.
Dude. A big weekend, to say the least.
But here we go.
Oh, you're...
Happy birthday, Mello, to the greatest co-host of all time. And I blew it out for you. I'm not sure that's good luck, but whatever. I'm 31, so... Here you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you,
Happy birthday. This is also for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mello.
You're an animal.
Mello, we love you. We appreciate you. Here at Pop Culture Pros, you know, a lot of these shows wouldn't be the way they are without you. So we love you and we thank you so much. You're an amazing friend. You're an amazing best friend. You're an amazing brother, gym partner, and podcast co-host. So thank you for everything you do. And I'm really surprised you made it to 30 from all the nights we've had, going out, brunching, cruises, and everything. But I love you. Did I give you your other gift? Yeah, I did. Some candy.
I love you too. Thank you.
There we go.
I'll make a wish here.
Wait, before you brought the candle. One surprise didn't make it, but I got some broken skulls.
Oh.
I want to say you, but for us. So maybe not the 31st episode, but for the 32nd episode, they should be here, and we'll be drinking Broken Skulls the whole episode to celebrate his birthday. So
boy, that's gonna be
big.
big.
My surprise for you, some Broken Skulls.
Oh, I can't wait for that now. Everyone, you guys got to tune in for that. Broken Skulls. We've been talking about that for a while now too. Oh, let me make a wish. Is it bad luck to make so many wishes?
That's a healthy cheesecake shortcake, by the way. So. Yeah, happy birthday on our 30th episode. Mello, how you feel, man? You feeling 30?
Oh, I'm definitely feeling 30.
I'm so sorry.
But my body has, I feel 30 like
body.
in certain ways, but other ways I'm like, hey, yeah. Like the last couple of days at the gym, I've kind of felt pretty good actually, like better than other days.
I noticed. You went heavier on shoulders today.
I've been surprised at how, well I've been taking it. So I'm taking 30, grasping it.
There you go. Congratulations. Well, today, everyone, is Colombia Day on our 30th episode for Mello's birthday. It's like this day was meant for him. So tell us, what did you bring for Colombia Day?
So for Colombia Day, I brought an assortment of food items.
Except for the most important thing Colombians eat, but don't worry about it. I mean, let's not, it's fine. It's a perfect day. It's okay.
It was late night.
Okay. Last time I checked, I took care of the cheeseburgers, and all of them made it.
You can get a cheese. Oh, it was the pan de bonos. I know they didn't make it, but I'm a little disappointed.
Here we go.
All right. So the first thing that I got us was some masitas. It has a bunch of protein, meat, steak, corn, some sauces. So we're going to chow down on some of this.
My mouth is watery already. This looks absolutely delicious. And it smells fantastic.
Next up, we got the infamous perro. And for all y'all that don't know what
are you talking about yourself? Or because that's Melo on brunch Sundays.
That's only That's only on Sundays. That's only on Sundays for brunch. And next up, we have, like I said, perro or hot dog. Colombian hot dog. It has chips. It has a bunch of sauces, melted cheese. It's delicious. And finally, the last thing that we got. Oh wait, actually, before I also got us, some special drinks.
So no excuses now.
Some Postobón cola.
We're gonna drink it from the glass and cold, how he likes it. So
yes, so it's gonna be delicious.
We'll see. By the way, the Postobón from last Tuesday is still rolling around in my kitchen. We finished the Fanta, we finished the Sunkist, and for sure the Mirka's gone. Still the Postobón is full, hasn't been touched. That's an update on that.
It's because it's a plastic bottle and it was hot. Anyway, and the last thing is some empanaders. Empanaders with some picante. These are delicious. These are hot. Well, everything's hot.
Am I just going to decide which is the best one? Is that what I'm doing today?
I think you should.
All right.
We already know he's going to like the cola. If anything, how about we try the cola before we kick off the 4-quarter show and you let everyone know what the 4-quarter show is.
Cheers for your birthday. There you go.
Thank you. So delicious.
Okay. It does taste better. It does taste better in a glass.
And cold.
Mika's still better, man. But it is an improvement from last time.
Thank you. And hold up, Steve. I didn't get any salchipapas because I said, let me get the hot dog and let's do masitas, which is something a lot different. But yes, I hope your mouth is salivating. And wait, didn't you bring something too? I think, Steve, you're going to like this one.
Because we all know the 4-quarter show is full of surprises. We had to have a drink handy. And the drink of choice today is agua diente.
Sin azúcar.
But today we're going to play everybody's favorite game. Can Melo guess his favorite drink? Or is he just a favorite? Or is he just another fellow?
Wait, what?
Because we have another brand of not agua diente. It is Cristal sin azúcar, and it's blue. So, Melo,
it is aguardiente still. But
we are going to have a head-to-head where I am going to put it in separate cups, and Melo's going to have to guess which is his favorite. This is everybody's new favorite game. I'm getting requests and calls that people want to see Melo guess. So, can Melo guess his favorite item, or is he just a regular fellow? That is everybody's favorite.
Is that what we're gonna call that segment?
We're gonna working title, but that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for halftime.
Yes, I hope you have a shot with us then, boss, while we're here drinking it. And to talk, Alex here. Yes, we are the same fellows from the Munch Madness Candy Bar edition from last week.
All right, everybody. So if you're new to the show, if you're joining us because you're a big fan, here we go. This is the 4-quarter show. The 4-quarter show is a debate show where Melo and I debate sports for 4 quarters. Every quarter is 10 to 15 minutes long, and we debate whatever sports topic we want for that week. There's also a halftime and an overtime. Halftime is where we wager on games, and we decide who the loser is. And next week, the loser has to bring the food that the winner got to choose from and the drink that he chose. Overtime is anything and everything we want to talk about, whether it's pop culture, music, movies, whatever we want, we talk about it. That is the 4-quarter show. Melo, let me put 12 minutes on the clock today. Let's get it going. First topic, we're going to do NBA talk.
Let's do it. What do we got in the NBA? It was something that we got brought up last week. But then we got more details about it.
Yes, this is the KD versus Michael Rapaport ordeal that's been going on. Melo, do you agree with the NBA with $50K fine they gave Durant? First of all, do you agree with that fine?
I think that was all he got. No. I think you fine him the $50K and you have to suspend him for a couple games. I know he hadn't been playing until yesterday. But I think you had to defend him. After reading the comments, he said a lot of derogatory things. Even if you are friends and you talk like that from time to time, it got leaked. You can't just slap him on the wrist because, you guys are supposed friends. You guys supposedly talk like that. No, it's not okay. If this had been something else, it was very homophobic. A lot of things he said, and I think he got off way, way, way too easy.
I totally disagree with the NBA on this one. And it's just confusing because I keep watching sports shows. I keep listening to everything. And all of them just keep talking about how Mike Rapaport broke street code or how Mike Rapaport, shouldn't have leaked anything. And the biggest concern is pointing it on Mike Rapaport. Look, they're both wrong. They're both grown men. But there's no street code when it comes to this. At the end of the day, if Mike Rapaport did do a childish move, we can all agree on that. But the person who is mostly wrong here is Kevin Durant for his comments. He said homophobic slurs. He said awful things. He brought up Mike Rapaport's wife. Only because Mike Rapaport leaked a conversation that wasn't supposed to be said doesn't negate what Kevin Durant said. It's wrong. And in a culture that we're living in now, in a culture where things like this aren't acceptable, this is where Adam Silver needed to lay down the hammer and show people this is wrong and unacceptable. Kevin Durant, you're a millionaire, bro. How are you going to tell this guy to meet you in the streets? Are you not aware of what's in your paycheck? Are you not aware of who you are as a man in your life? Are you that insecure that Mike Rapaport is calling you emotional? Who cares what Mike Rapaport says and who cares what I say? Dude, you have an amazing life with so much money that you can support your family and help out. Look, we understand we all have issues that put us down, but Michael Rapaport should not be the things that gets you upset. What is it, bro? And this is this is the reason why it's so frustrating. This is a recurrent segment for you. KD, you're the second, third best player in the NBA. And you're over here making burner accounts from a couple years ago and now doing this. It's not right. He is one of the faces of the NBA. And like I always tell you, Melo, you can't cancel greatness. Which is why Kevin Durant is not going to get canceled. Which is why Kevin Durant isn't going to get suspended. Because he can say things like that. If it would have been the 12th guy on the bench for the Brooklyn Nets, he's getting cut. He's getting suspended. And it's just ridiculous how he says so many homophobic slurs and disgusting things to this guy that it's just ridiculous.
And I mean, we can attest that to Miles Leonard. Where is he right now? His career is pretty much done for what he said. And I do want to bring up here what Steve said, that one of the things that he said was about his wife. And I know we were talking about this off air, and I said it. People want to say, Michael Rapaport shouldn't have done that. It wasn't right. And I'm like, he brought the man's wife into it. Like, if it's me and you, yeah, go ahead. You can talk all the crap you want about me. But then you want to, trash my wife and things like that. Like, I would have taken that extreme person, be like, you want to do that? Okay. The only way I can get you back is by doing this. So, hey, deal with the consequences. And I think he got off. Again, it was a little slap on the wrist for KD. And I don't think that was okay. I think if it was anything else, it would have been worse. Like I said, Miles Leonard right now is canceled, essentially. So, just like you said, you can't cancel greatness. You
can't. So, you know what, KD? You made an error of judgment. Your apology still was also half-assed. And
he didn't. That was another thing. His apology was it wasn't sincere. He was apologized that it came out. He wasn't sorry about what he said. You can completely tell that he was not sorry about what he said. It was more that, oh, it got brought out to the light, which is not being sorry about anything.
No, you shouldn't talk. Regardless of what the situation was, you don't talk like that with each other. Dude, you're a grown man. Like, what are you doing? But moving on from this topic, I don't want to get KD sensitive and him come on our show and then start bashing us. More important for the Nets, is it KD or or James Harden? Who is more important for the Nets?
Kyrie Irving? No. Out of those two fellows, gotta bring him up again. It's Kevin Durant. He is, I think, more important to the success of the Brooklyn Nets just because the man is clutch. The man can pretty much score from anywhere on the floor. He's shown that Achilles tear hasn't slowed him down. So I feel like he is more important than James Harden. Yes, James Harden does a lot. He gets rebounds. He gets you assists. But as of now, James Harden hasn't been that guy to close out games. When he was in Houston, he wasn't able to do it. If CP3 didn't get hurt, it was going to be Chris Paul closing off those games. So I think Kevin Durant's role is, we're going to get to the finals. He doesn't have to put up 40 or 30 points. He can put up 28. But who's going to be the one that closes out the series? It's going to be KD. He's going to be making your three-pointers, your jump shots, your dunks, whatever it is.
There's no denying that James Harden is the best player on this team right now. There's no denying that James Harden is the one who's been leading this team to the second seed. I think they're first or second seed right now, but he's the one who's keeping them up there. With that being said, Kevin Durant, I agree with you, is the best player on that team and is the most important player on that team to answer the question. Without KD, James Harden and Kyrie make it the same place that Houston made it. You know, Kyrie is a younger Chris Paul, maybe not as talented, but skill-wise makes up for making as far as they can. And we've already seen James Harden time and time again just not be able to push it to the next level. Now you're not asking James Harden to do that. That's where KD comes in, and that's where KD is just so much more important to this team. So I can see why they let him just not play for the whole season, because this man just didn't play for 2 months, and he just came in 5 for 5 and dropped buckets. KD, look, I know we just ranked on you in the last segment, but this is a 4-quarter show. All we have is love. You are the best player on that team, and without you, they're not going to make it to the championship. They need you, so hopefully you can stay healthy, because we want to see you. We want to see that team succeed, and we want to see fun. Like, this team looks amazing, looks great, and I want to see the chemistry they have together. And right now, they're just not playing together.
No, they're not. And, you know, I want to see someone else get another ring. And that's none other than the leader, Mr. Kyrie Irving, who's leading that team now.
Why?
What? Because Kyrie's great. He deserves more respect.
James Harden deserves a ring. James
Kyrie
Harden
deserves
MVP.
more respect than he's given. Everyone wants to. They don't want to give him any credit ever for helping out LeBron win a championship.
You know who gets no respect? Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard gets no respect with everything. Damian Lillard is more of a winner than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie needs LeBron. Kyrie needs Durant. Kyrie needs James Harden. You know who Damon Dalla, Mr. Hulu himself, needs? Nobody.
Really?
Yep.
He doesn't need Carmelo Anthony closing out games for him. He doesn't need
Damon's only close the games. Nope.
Oh, really? Because if they're down by 10, the person bringing them back is Carmelo. It's CJ McCollum. Not Mr. 11 points against the Clippers, 2 for 14 shooting the other night, right?
If Kyrie was in that team, they would be a lottery pick. And that's facts. So, thank you. Thank you. This is who he supports, ladies and gentlemen. Someone like Kyrie. I keep spitting food out of my mouth because we're eating so much. It's delicious. So, is that a maicito?
That's a maicito.
I usually get those different, but that one tastes great. All right, moving on to the next one. We both agree KD is the one important in that team. But since I brought up that topic about, Harden is MVP, now that he's hurt, he's not going to be MVP most likely. Who takes over the spot? What's going on now? Everyone's going down.
Right now, I think it's a runaway for Jokic. He's the only one who has been consistent, healthy, and it's got to be him. and his team is winning. You know, it's not like Dame, who Mr. 11 points last night or the other night. God knows what he's going to do tonight. It's not Embiid, who's been hurt, missed time. LeBron's missed time. James Harden now has missed time. The only other guy I can maybe think of is Chris Paul. But for some reason, they're giving Devin Booker all this love and none to CP3. CP3 definitely should get some MVP votes. I know they might all go to Jokic, but he should get some MVP votes for what he's done with that team.
I'm going to say it. It's Luka, baby. If Luka gets them past the Lakers, gets them past, get them to the playoffs, I think it should be Luka. He's the most valuable player in that team, and without him, that team goes absolutely nowhere. Porzingis plays every other game. Josh Richardson didn't deserve for me to even say his name right now. That man went 0 for 9 last night and got 1 point. 1 point and went 0 for 9. Josh Richardson, dude, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's like you left the Heat and then you're just not who you were before, but Luka has less and they're winning games. So I think Luka should start. He's on the way up.
But I could say the same thing about the Warriors. Do you think then Steph Curry should be the MVP?
No, that team is awful. They're not making the playoffs.
They could. They're not that far out from that stupid 7 to 10 seed. They could make it. And if Steph is able to quote Miss Candace Parker,
oh my goodness,
if you take Steph Curry off that team is garbage.
You know what, Miss Parker? Would you say that about any of your teams in the WNBA? Would you call your girls garbage like that? That's messed up. You're a former athlete, and I'm guarantee you that if I took you out of some of those teams probably weren't very good, but you wouldn't appreciate if we called those girls garbage. So you should watch out. Don't call them guys garbage like that. So they're struggling. It's their first time playing together. Uber is a different system, new system. They're trying, they've had some injuries. That's not fair. But on a condition about the MVP we're just talking about, I feel that if you're a 7 to 10 seed, you shouldn't be considered for MVP.
Really? Why?
I just think that's too low of a seed. I feel if Luka was a 7 to 10 seed, I wouldn't take that seriously.
Okay, that's understandable.
So, but other than that, I guess you're right. I think Joker right now deserves the top spot. He's putting up the numbers, and I don't disagree with that. But I feel Luka's on the way up because they're the only ones who haven't been getting hurt. So that's the end of the first quarter.
So what do you think so far, this maicito?
The maicito's delicious. I keep looking at that perro.
I saw Danny, thank you for watching. He's like, y'all having a full-blown Thanksgiving dinner? Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. It's Colombia Day. It's our Dirty 30 Day.
It's our Colombia Day, Melo's birthday. We eating.
Yes. But with that, we're going to jump into quarter number 2.
Let me put 12 minutes on the clock. Get it.
So, there's a certain, MVP caliber player that made a comment today about some heavy rain, that the storm was coming. Get your raincoats ready. And my God, is this man a fool?
The weatherman says the weather is changing soon, and it predicts a thunderstorm is coming. Folks, prepare and take the proper caution measures to stay safe. I forgot to wear my raincoat today.
You know what's funny about weathermen? About 87% of the time, they're wrong. So the statement made by none other than
the king,
Space Jam 2, LeBron James, is incorrect. The only storm that's coming is the inevitable storm of them being eliminated from the playoffs. It doesn't matter about, they might get eliminated by your boy Dame. That's how it might happen this year. It might happen this year. They might end up eliminated by Hulu. Doesn't just have live sports.
It's a lifestyle. He's that's not gonna happen. Just like everyone said, Dame was gonna eliminate LeBron in the Mickey Mouse bubble. That's what they call it, the Mickey Mouse bubble. That this and that. Well, Dame Dollar couldn't even win in the Mickey Mouse bubble, so let that sink in. Kawhi Leonard couldn't win in the Mickey Mouse bubble.
He didn't want to win.
So, with that being said, I agree with LeBron the league needs to watch out. Because Drummond's looking pretty darn good right now with the Lakers. He's going up every day. He's getting better and better after his little toe injury. Instantly, we're too big, small of a shoe for his big feet happens. We all been there, you wanted to wear some Jordans. But once Anthony Davis gets out there and you got Drummond and then you got LeBron. I mean, this is what the Heat need. We need a center. If we have a center, it'll be a completely different team. But we don't. And the Lakers do have Anthony Davis, LeBron, and now Drummond. Watch out. That is a basketball team. And they just need some chemistry and they're going to play.
Yeah, but there's another team in LA, the little brother, that also got themselves.
Is Rondo even playing?
Not just a center, but also a true point guard. They got themselves the duo that's been basically everywhere in the NBA. Mr. Rajon Rondo and the man who has played in every single team in California, Boogie Cousins. And that right there, Boogie Cousins, I'm so upset that he didn't get him. I don't understand. All he took was a 10-day contract. He didn't even take a lot of money. Give that man 10 days. Let him show you what he's worth. Him and Bam here would have been perfect. Bam wouldn't have had to play big because now he's having to play big and he's getting destroyed by guys like Valanciunas and Andre Drummond. And Embiid will have a field day with that man. The only reason Giannis doesn't have a field day with him is because, he has Chris Middleton to keep feeding the ball.
Listen, I can't keep believing in Cousins. Every year he's on another team and another team and another team. There has to be something that's just not right with him where teams aren't picking him up. So if you're depending on Cousins and Rondo, I don't see LeBron in the Lakers. And Kawhi Leonard needs someone to lead him. LeBron didn't. LeBron just needed a guy that like him was intellectually sound and knows basketball. So that's why Rondo and LBJ vibed. Kawhi is just going to be pissed off with Rondo pretty soon. And demand him to get traded. So, and then you got playoff P.
Buckets.
Seasoned P is what they should call him. Seasoned P. Because that's all he's good. He's seasoned for the season. And then when playoffs come, he's just no longer a basketball player. So, I don't have much hope for those Clippers, bro.
That's what you say, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, we're going to move on from the NBA and we're going to go to a list. You know how we love lists here on the Four Quarter Show. And it is a list that ESPN made of their top 25 NBA players under 25. And there were some names on this list and there weren't. Do you want me to read out the entire 25?
No.
I'll do the top 10 and then we could talk about it. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll go from 10 up. Number 10, we have I don't want to say this guy's name. Gildris Alexander from OKC. Number 9, we have Miami's own Mr. Bam Adebayo. Number 8, we have... Oh, no, it's Devin Booker. Number 7, we have Mr. Triple-Double himself, Ben Simmons. Number 6, we have the Fox, De'Aaron Fox. 5, we have not Taylor Swift, Jason Tatum. Number 4, we have the Spider, Donovan Mitchell. Number 3, coming in, is Mr. LaMelo Ball. Number 2 is Zion Williamson. And number 1 is the man you think might win MVP and sneak up, Mr. Luka Doncic. What is your first thoughts about those top 10?
Mistakes left and right, but they got the top 3. They got the top 4 100% correct. That's a solid top 4, and I agree with it. Luka's definitely the best one there. Zion is putting up Shaq offensive numbers. Let's get that. People keep saying that Zion's the first one since Shaq to have 25 points with a field goal percentage that high each game. But he's not averaging 10 to 12 rebounds a game like Shaq. So let's stop calling Zion a dominant, overpowering player like Shaq. Or stop comparing them at least. LaMelo Ball, the four-quarter show's been saying this about LaMelo Ball. So I'm not surprised he's number 3, and he deserves to be number 3. Because if you put LaMelo Ball on any one of those other teams, they're going to be better. Donovan Mitchell, we see him with the Jazz. He's playing more consistent. I do not know why Jason Tatum's number 5. And I am not a Jason Tatum fan. I believe Jaylen Brown should be in the top 10. And Devin Booker should be higher up.
Wow. Jaylen Brown. All right, so I don't have an issue with LaMelo being on this list. Him being 3, though, I know we've said it. The man is great. But 3? He's played how many games, and they're already have him there? I'm okay with him being in 5.
Have
even
you watched
top...
him play?
Yeah, but John Morant won Rookie of the Year last year. Why is John not top 10?
Because LaMelo Ball was having a better rookie season than Ja.
I think Josh should be in there.
In the top 10? I can agree with that one.
I don't think Shai from OKC should be there. De'Aaron Fox is also a little bit questionable. Jason Tatum, it's probably not even the best Boston player that's under 25.
I agree with that one.
So I don't really understand that one.
We also got to talk about the biggest discrepancy with this is our boy, Domantas Sabonis. The mini Joker is number 18.
That's insane to me.
Everybody, go check this man out. Go look at his stats. It's ridiculous how he's just so underrated and not talked about. How Michael Porter Jr. is ahead of him.
Brandon Ingram is ahead of him.
If anything, would you rather want? Honestly, look, I'm a Heat fan. We all like Bam, but I don't know if Bam is that much better than Sabonis.
I think they almost do a lot of the same things. Bam is just flashier than Sabonis. So I think that's why he gets up there. Plus, he just got that nasty contract that we're going to be regretting in a couple of years. My biggest thing is just looking at the list. If I had to pick between him and Brandon Ingram, Brandon Ingram is a very one-dimensional player. He's going to score for you, take a bunch of shots, and that's about it. He's not playing great defense. He's not giving you assists, barely any rebounds, and at the end of the games, he's going to choke. Michael Porter Jr. is another one that it's like he hasn't really done much. Sabonis is out there getting you triple-doubles. He's getting you double-doubles. He's averaging a double-double. I understand why Ja's above him and even Trey, because those guys do a lot for their teams. But Sabonis needs more credit here, and I can't understand how he's just so disrespected still.
I agree with you, dude. The one thing that I do appreciate about this list also is Trae Young being low.
Oh, so you're okay with him being at 16?
I don't think he's all that great. I don't think he makes the Hawks that much. They don't.
They're on a little run right now.
They are, but I'm not gonna say it's all because of him. And he has a pretty bad field goal percentage. I don't know. I guess I'm still on the fence about him. So I'm not mad at him being 16. I can understand why he's 16. He doesn't play that well defense, anyways. But I guess we'll wait and see.
He does get you a lot of assists, and he does at least that. He does what a point guard should, get you assists. So I'm okay with that. He does put up a lot of shots. But that's what he has to do. Who else in the Hawks is going to do it? Bogdanovich? He's been hurt.
Well, we're going to wait and see. For this last topic coming in, because it's coming to a close, we had to say farewell to a guy who's big on our podcast.
Yes.
That's just the truth. And ESPN lost the truth. They have parted ways with Mr. Paul Pierce, who recently came out on IG Live making it rain on strippers and asking, which we believe to be strippers, to come by and visit. Well, I think they were having a party and just strippers everywhere. And I guess that was not cool with ESPN, and they agreed to mutually part ways, where Paul Pierce responded to go back on IG and post a video of him just laughing.
Oh, Paul Pierce. I can see this both ways. Paul Pierce is just trying to live his life. Let him do it. He shouldn't have done that, because I think one of the screen caps saw him only have 300 viewers. Only a day he gets 3 times that number. So he did. Well, a lot of people weren't watching, but the right people were watching. So I could get it. Yeah, live your life, but do it behind the scenes. You're I don't want to say the face, but you're one of the faces of the shows where people want it. I don't know why people want to hear what he has to say because it's so controversial, but they want to hear Paul Pierce. They want to see his thoughts and reaction to things, and it was a good gig for what he's gonna be doing now. What job can Paul Pierce right now get that people are gonna be like, yeah, I want to give him a role as a commentator or announcer? Like, no, it's Paul Pierce. Selling wheelchairs, maybe?
I'm going to go on a small rant. And it starts now. Paul, what were you doing, my man? What are you thinking? Look, I agree with people who are saying he did nothing illegal. He didn't do this, didn't do that. But that's not the point. Everyone needs to see you're a professional. And when you work for a company, they're going to hold you to a higher standard. Only because he did nothing illegal doesn't mean that they're wrong for firing him. If you want to get a job, take off the pictures from your Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and whatever other thing, or TikTok. Take off the pictures of you drinking, of you smoking weed, of you doing things. It doesn't mean that you're not a good worker, but you have to present yourself to show a company why you should be hired. Because they don't know you. There's so many people out there who probably have the same resume as you, who have the same grades, the same, perfect thing. And if it's 50-50 to the fence, are they going to hire that person, or are they going to hire the one that had the drinks and the weed and then this and the strippers dancing in the back? It's all about being a professional, and Paul Pierce didn't meet that standard. So I don't disagree with ESPN firing him. He did nothing illegal, I agree. But there's just certain things that when you're in the limelight, you can't do. And he's married with a kid too. That's just not right. Man, maybe it's okay in their relationship. So you know what? That's wrong for me to even say, because maybe that they're okay with that. But at the end of the day, I just don't disagree with ESPN, and it was a good move to part ways. But we're gonna miss you, Paul. We did love your takes. Dwayne Wade is still better than you.
That was the truth.
All right.
That was a hard, cold truth.
That is the end of the second quarter, and now on to halftime. Where?
Halftime. But before we go to halftime, let's pay the bills. So you can go ahead and enjoy your meal, and I'm gonna go. Okay, like I said, pay the bills. Right here at the Forward Quarter Show and Pop Culture Pros, we have a nice little sponsor that is here for you, and that is Beauty Moves Med Spa, and they're the med spa for you. Their priority is your satisfaction, and their mission is to make sure they are the beauty solution you trust. It's the no hair, clean skin, and snatch waist for you. Beauty Moves Med Spa is here to provide you with the best results and experience. You can pull up to their Kendall office located at 16231 Southwest 88th Street, or just give them a call. And you can call them at 786-953-4775. Once again, that is 786-953-4775 for your free consultation. You can also follow them on Instagram at Beauty Move Spa. Results for everybody and every skin type. And because you're listening to the Four Quarter Show, you have a code for 30% off. And that code is Pop Culture Pros. You let them know that code, and at the Four Quarter Show sent you, you guys got an easy 30% off your visit. And with that, we will begin halftime. I'm going to leave at the bottom, if you're watching with us, the address and the code. But it is halftime time.
So I want to start off halftime by saying last weekend was a little nuts. Melo had his birthday party, 90s party. Melo was Howie from the Backstreet Boys. If you guys saw the picture I posted for his birthday on the Four Quarter Show, you would see I was Pac, the best rapper of all time.
So technically JC Chazé first, but that's another story.
Okay, whatever. So we never got to see who the champion was, and we're not gonna have it without a champion. So he deserved this. Isn't that I'm giving it to him? He was a champion before that, so it's only right that he remains the champion. for the 30th episode on his 30th birthday for the title. So you are the reigning champions and still your 4-quarter show halftime champion of the world, the World Wide Web.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed the background, but we have some couches now. So now I could gracefully put this lovely belt right behind me for everyone to know who the halftime champion is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now.
You do that, and while you do that, I am going to start making the drinks. Look, turn around, don't look. I don't want you to cheat. It's okay. I am making it so that Melo doesn't know where's what. And we got that there.
Halftime champion.
Let's see if Melo can decide.
Oh boy, this is not gonna be good. Are you gonna be trying this after? Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna try them with you.
all right, cause oh man, I did not know you were getting 2 of these bad boys.
Bring the taste test. This the smell test.
All right. Well, I am as ready as I will ever be. So, hand me the first cup.
I want to try them first.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Let me rush now with some water. That was interesting. All right, everybody, let's see. Okay. That was that.
So you know which one you like more?
Yeah.
You want me to turn away while you pour them again?
Yeah, actually, I do. I would appreciate that very much. So, while he turns away, I will tell you guys what we are drinking one more time. We are drinking Cristal Sin Azúcar and Agua Diente Sin Azúcar. This is Melo's drink of choice. And if there is such thing as a mimosa with Agua Diente, Melo would drink it. And I feel he would have a great old time. So let me put a little more there. Melo, we're almost done. The crowd is gonna want to see what you choose. And let's get it.
All right. By the way, if there was an Aguardiente Mimosa, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous Sunday right there.
All right, so
I don't. Oh, I was choked looking at this.
that's just so you don't have to do the whole thing. That's just so you can have, you want to go back and dabble on a little bit, go back. Just give you a little extra.
I think I know which one this is. I think. Wow, that's rough. Okay, here you go. Cheers. Whew. Cup number 2.
Let's see if Melo can guess his favorite.
I think I do. I think I'm right. I know I said I was almost right last week with the Milka test, but I think I got it this week. Maybe I don't.
Oh, ladies and gents, Melo is not sure. This just in. Melo did not tell which one it is.
I thought this was gonna be a lot different because this one has a stronger smell, so I thought I knew which one this was. And then I tried this one, and this taste is just like what I thought this one was. Okay. All right. Final answer.
Okay.
The green one is the Cristal.
Okay.
And this one is the Antioqueño.
No, you are wrong again. Damn it! This is back-to-back weeks, ladies and gentlemen, where Melo does not know which is his favorite drink.
So this is the...
That is Cristal.
See, that's why I thought it was it, because I smelled it and I was like, oh, Antioqueño doesn't smell like this. But then I tried this one and this one tasted so much like it. Like, it tasted stronger.
I felt the same thing. I was like...
When I smelled it, I was like, that's Cristal. And then I tried this one and I was like, wait, I don't know anymore.
Uh-huh.
Because the Cristal it's a really strong taste. Shoot.
Well, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Melo got it wrong again. Ooh, David, take off that jersey. Man, you don't know your Postobon. You don't know your Aguardiente.
If it would have been this Postobon, I would have known.
No, you wouldn't. You know what? I am going to... Milka, send me a special glassed Milka. Please.
We know you don't make them, but send it to us.
Make a custom-made glass Milka and send it to us. Milka is sending us some goodies to my house that we're waiting for. They reached out to us. So hopefully
shout out to them.
Shout out to Milka. Thank you for reaching out. Wow, man.
If, by the way, for everyone still watching, if you want to see that test, the red soda test, plus our cheeseburger test, tune into... All you got to do is go to episode 29, go to halftime, and you'll see it. So wait, which one did you like more? The Antioqueño or the Cristal?
I actually like the Aguardiente.
They're both Aguardiente.
Antioqueño. Yeah, no.
Antioqueño.
Because this one doesn't say Aguardiente. It just says Cristal.
Because this Cristal's like...
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, the Antioqueño. I like the Antioqueño better.
All right. So how about you finish that? I'll finish the Cristal.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
30. Me and Melo went to Outback.
That was a fun day. Right after leg day, too.
Do Colombians mix that with anything? My God. I don't think this... Okay. Oh.
Let's do it.
And we have my girl Daphne. What's up, boo?
Wow.
She's calling out. She says, Inca Cola is better than Mica and Poto.
Oh, wow. Yo, shots fired.
She can't even get her name right. Cola Inglesa? Wow. Inca Cola isn't even a red soda.
But she just said that it's better than
I had Cola Inglesa at the Easter that we went to her house, and
is it better?
Cola Inglesa is better than Poto.
Oh, but not Milka.
You know what? They're 50-50. Cola Inglesa actually tasted well, and I think I'm gonna bring it in for you to try it. Not on the show, but we'll try it later. Now just a quick for my favorite meal. I love maicitos. The maicitos with the 3 sauces. It's just the best one. My favorite. What about yours?
I'm gonna say I love me some empanadas. The maicito is good, but the empanadas to me they're so good.
Pan de Bono would have won, but whatever. Now with halftime, Melo's the champion. Let's tell you the games for this week that we're gonna bet on. We have 4 basketball games. Suns versus Clippers tonight. Melo picked the Los Angeles Clippers. We have Bulls versus Hawks Friday. Melo picked the Chicago Bulls. We have Heat versus the Trailblazers on Saturday. Melo picked the Miami Heat. Just so you guys know, since another gift for Melo was he had to choose all of them this week. We have a WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World match for Saturday. Joe Smith Jr. versus Maxim Vlasov. I think that's how you say his name. But Melo, of course, picked the one with the cool name, Maxim. Then we have WrestleMania this Saturday and Sunday, where Melo and I will be watching it here all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we have Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the Women's Championship.
The SmackDown Women's
Championship. And Melo picked Bianca Belair because she won the Royal Rumble. So he's going to stick with her. Then for Sunday night, for the main event of WrestleMania, it's a triple threat. Edge versus Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, where Melo picked Roman Reigns. But I have Edge and Daniel Bryan. So if Roman wins, he gets the point. I get a point regardless if Edge or Daniel win. And for the last, on Monday, we have 76ers versus the Mavericks. Melo picked the Philadelphia 76ers. That's our 7 matches, games, whatever you want to call them, for the week, and the winner gets the championship. If you agree with this, I decided we should have the chicken sandwich wars.
Ooh, but wait, we got to be specific here.
The crispy chicken sandwich wars.
More specific. Are we doing
more
regular chicken sandwiches, or are we doing spicy chicken sandwiches?
Which is a more popular one? Do they all have? I guess they all have spices, right?
Yeah.
Let's do spicy. We gotta do spicy. Everyone loves spicy, so we'll do the spicy sandwich chicken, the spicy chicken sandwich wars. And I'm gonna thank Gabby for that one because she put it in the chat and she brought it up, so that was pretty cool that she said that. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, KFC, and which one do we want to do? Want to do Wendy's or McDonald's?
I would say Wendy's.
I think we should leave that one to the fans.
You think we should leave out Wendy's though?
No, I think the fans should pick between BK, Wendy's, and McDonald's, or other, and they can type it in. I think the fans should decide which is, because the first three are actual chicken places.
Okay.
So let's just let the fans decide who they.
What other fast food place we should get?
Which
spicy chicken sandwich?
Or there's Checkers. So we'll let the fans decide who they want for their crispy chicken sandwich. And I think sweet tea, or do you want another drink? Should we do another soda?
Well, you're a fan of sweet tea, no?
I love sweet tea, yeah. And I thought sweet tea with a nice.
Let's do some sweet tea then.
There's McDonald's sweet tea. There's Popeye sweet tea. Does KFC have a sweet tea? Chick-fil-A has a sweet tea.
Chipotle. Yeah. And we can maybe even get like, I don't know, in Arizona.
Ooh, Publix sweet tea.
Got a lot of sweet teas there to choose from. So we'll do that. We'll do sweet tea, spicy chicken war.
All right. So, congratulations on Melo still being the halftime champion. The Colombian food was delicious. The poster bone did taste better in the glass. And once again, Melo cannot choose which was aguardiente.
Oh boy.
He's on a roll. All right. Let's get to the third quarter. 12 minutes on the clock. NFL talk. Melo. Your boy Deshaun Watson.
Please don't call him my boy.
Your boy Deshaun Watson, allegations keep coming in. Is he at 22 or 23 cases right now?
As of this moment, Mr.
Yes.
Watson, not anyone's boy on the show, is at 22.
22. I believe the four-quarter show said there was going to be 23. So that's awful if these things are true. And it's awful if these things aren't true because, it's awful if Deshaun Watson's being put through the mud and these aren't true. One of the I don't want to say victims because we don't,
Well, I'm saying, one of the women in the cases have come up.
Two of the people who are accusing him of these awful allegations came out and spoke, and it was very powerful when she was coming out. She was saying what she went through and what happened. But once again, we don't know if that's true or not. But it was enough for most of his sponsors. Watson has several sponsors who pays him millions of dollars to represent him, for him to use their stuff, are suspending the contracts or using it or whatever, however you want to say it. Do you think the sponsors should do that, or they should stay with their boy? I mean, what is it?
Absolutely not. I completely understand. I'm with them. Yes, you don't know what's happening, but still, this is very bad publicity. And I know they say there's no such thing as bad publicity, but this is terrible. If it comes out true and they stay supporting him, so they can always mend fences and things like that. Look at Mike Vick. But right now, yeah, you have to cut your losses. Say, hey, sorry, bud, you breached whatever part of the contract you had, and good luck, good luck in trial because that is where it looks like it's going.
It's interesting. You brought Michael Vick on this one. That's what I love about the four-quarter show. Anything can happen. And this brings up a whole other conversation. I don't think that what Michael Vick did was big enough to be canceled. Now, it's awful what he did, and I'll never condone that. And it's a terrible thing that somebody could do is, even if he wasn't the one who did it, to allow for the dogs to be brutally murdered and killed in the way they were. It's an awful story, but I feel dogs is one of those things where not everyone agrees that a dog is man's best friend. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone sees dogs as like a person. A lot of people see dogs as just an animal. The same way you kill a cow, the same way you kill a horse, the same way you hunt a deer. Some people see dogs as just whatever. Like a rooster. It's whatever it is. So I feel he can, Michael Vick can go through his apology tour, do everything he did, pay back PETA, and do everything he did, and come back, and people just forget. I don't think people forget if you sexually harass 23 women. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you're saying. You can't. It's something. It's too many. We never got a number of dogs, right?
2 is too many. 1 is too many. Even if it was one woman, that's too much for him to come back from.
You're right.
And I feel he's not that great to come back from it anyways. It's awful as that may sound. And here we talk about greatness. Chris Brown destroyed a woman, and people are still listening to his music. And I'm no one to judge because I listen to Chris Brown music, but it just goes to show that Chris Brown was so talented and so amazing that you're able to go through your little apology tour and come back from that. But I don't know. I think it's different. I don't think Deshaun could ever come back from this if it is true. If the criminal charges do come about, he's going to jail for a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad for him, to say the least.
Well, I don't disagree with the sponsor suspending it because this is actually getting to it was serious when it was 5 women and now it's 23. I don't understand how the NFL doesn't have him on the exempt list. The exempt list is...
They've been very hush about this and like, we're doing an investigation on all this, and man, they're handling things very poorly. That if nothing happens to Watson, man, Goodell's gonna get so much fire back, and it's gonna be worse than anything he's ever dealt with.
Yeah. It's confusing. We've seen them put players on the exempt list for less. For those of you who don't know what the exempt list is, the exempt list is, in simple terms, it's like a purgatory of you're not suspended, but you're not playing. And I don't think you get paid while you're on it, but you're not suspended, which suspension is worse, where you can't even go to the facilities, you can't do anything. But I'm still confused as to what's going on, but we'll keep you posted on that. Onto another topic. A little brighter topic with the NFL. They are allowing.
Well,
they're
looking like they're going to approve the rule change for the numbers in the NFL. Meaning, I can let you guys know what it is. Quarterbacks, punters, kickers can wear from 1 through 19. Running backs. I believe it's also, I brought it wrong. Wide receivers and tight ends can wear from 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. Defensive backs can wear from 1 through 49. Linebackers could wear from 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. O-linemen can wear 50 through 79. And defensive linemen can wear 50 to 79 and 90 through 99.
So for those of you wondering, why in the hell do they even have rules on what number of players should wear? Like,
it's so funny. You know what's the funniest thing? I'm sorry to cut you off here. We literally talked about this not too long ago. Just us two in the car. Like, hey, why can't you wear? Like, it was just dumb. It was like, I don't understand like why you just can't be like, hey, the receiver's gonna be wearing number 1, or why he can't wear 99, because that was also another number that they weren't allowing to wear.
And it's a simple explanation. It's just because the referees have a hard enough time making sure who's on the field and who's where and the positions, because sometimes there are illegal formations and you can have certain players in certain spots. So it's just a way to see what position the player is, so you know the O-line what number they are, the D-line what numbers they are, and then you don't have someone illegal being in the wrong formation, the wrong player being put in the wrong position. So it's actually a very logical reason, but it's gone to the point where these referees are pretty smart, and at this point you can give some extra numbers to people so that these things don't happen. So I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully it goes through. I did see, man, what's the receiver from the Bills, the one that he was in the Vikings before? Stephon Diggs. He came out with a tweet that was, he was like, "Oh, I might switch to number 1 or number 7 because one of them, I believe, was his high school number or his college number, and then the other one was a number that's significant to him." But then he tweeted after that saying, "You know what? I am going to stick to 14 because I appreciate all my fans." And I don't want them having to go by another jersey number. So props to Stephon Diggs.
Well, 2 things about that. He's not the only one, obviously. You have Odell, Derrick Henry, and Christian McCaffrey that all were single digits in college. Because in college, they don't give a crap about that.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing about that, I know it's, again, just coming up random here. I was watching a commercial from, I think it was American Express. And they were showing that, someone, let's say they have a favorite team. Let's say I have a Odell Beckham jersey, and Odell gets traded from the Browns to the Miami Dolphins, and I'm like, bro, I just bought this Odell jersey. American Express has, if you buy their jersey, I think with American Express, they give you a jersey warranty if your favorite player gets traded to another team, where you can return that jersey and get another one.
That's what I'm talking about.
That when I saw it, I was like, that is fantastic. Because how many times has a favorite player, Odell Beckham, I literally get his jersey, 2 years, bam, they ship him off to the Browns, and I'm like, damn,
gone.
So I think that's great.
Cheers. Another one. Which one's this one?
I hate you. That's cristal.
That's agua. Jesus
Stop
Christ.
That's not wrong.
Jesus
How?
Christ. I even poured it in front of you.
I was watching the viewers.
Oh my God. This guy is 0 for 2 on this night. All right. Well, let's go to the next topic because we totally went on a rant with the numbers. Let's talk about a little sad news recently about a Tampa Bay Buccaneer player who, man, did a really heinous crime today, and it was actually pretty bad.
Yeah. It was former NFL player Philip Adams. He fatally shot 5 people. One was a doctor, his wife, and the doctor's wife, and their 2 grandchildren before killing himself.
Do they have the names of the family members by any chance?
Just because. Yes.
Yeah, can we say their names so they can?
Yes, it was Dr. Robert Leslie, his wife Barbara, and their grandchildren. I don't want to mispronounce their name. Adai Leslie and Noah Leslie.
Well, prayers out to the family members and them who are in heaven right now. I don't want to give a lot of airtime about the player for committing that heinous crime because he just shoot himself after. But that's awful, and I can't imagine what the families are going through.
Absolutely not. And the question out here is where you think this has anything to do with the CTE?
I was actually talking about this topic with Daphne today. And I was telling her, I feel CT is sort of like global warming, right? Is it real? Is it not? It's real. Now, I feel the debate when it comes to global warming and CTE is we know these things are real. We've seen the world change with weather, and we've seen brains of football players get worse over time. But is it that is causing them to commit the crime, Or is it just the last thing to click for them to do something? I am in the position where I haven't seen enough bad things happen to feel that this is CTE. I think a lot of these players have kind of rough upbringings as some of us athletes do. Growing up, I had a hard upbringing, and sometimes you get lucky with where you come up in life and when things happen, and sometimes. When you're out of the sport, out of something you love, you kind of wonder what's next. Not a lot of them have a goal after or had the education or help to move on from football. So I don't know if this was just depression or CTE. I don't know. Yes, Daphne, the straw on the camel's back. That's what she said today, and I forgot.
I mean, it could be a mix of all those things. It can be CTE.
I know. But the thing is,
it can be this. A lot of people have suffered it from COVID this last year. Like, depression is real, and I think mental health is very important.
I know,
whether
but
CTE or
like
not.
So like COVID, right? If a cancer patient who was on the brink of death got COVID, they died. Do you say it's COVID that killed them, or do you say it's the cancer that killed them? You know?
Well, I can give you the technical answer to that because hospitals will say it was COVID. But
yeah, but that's our conversation, right? So CTE, I know it's real. It's just one of those things that we could debate and talk about in probably another episode because the score just ended. Because it's a touchy subject and something we can talk in more in depth. But sorry to the family and everything that happened.
Absolutely,
it's a very sad story. But moving on, we got David.
I don't think. Does Nicaragua have a soccer team? I don't think they make those.
David, plug your Twitch page. My boy David has a Twitch page. He's so funny. He's good on the show. I love watching him play. He's up and coming Twitch streamer. He plays Call of Duty. So put your Twitch name down there so we can put it there. Maybe one of these you come on the show and you can talk about Twitch on overtime and explain what you do and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty fun.
Absolutely. And now we're getting to everybody. Put your fours in the air. It is that time of the show. The 4-quarter show. Quarter number 4.
Fourth quarter. Melo, what are we talking about first?
Well, I know we've been talking a lot about, great athletes that, don't get a lot of repercussions. So are we going to cancel them or not? We said KD. We're not canceling KD. Deshaun Watson, we're still on the fence about. And then there's this man, Mr., which we talked about a couple episodes ago when it first happened. Mr. Tiger Woods. Recently, 2 things have come out. The first one was that they figured out what caused the accident. And the police said they were not releasing it unless Tiger Woods said it was okay to release it to respect his privacy. That's very sus. Then second, to yesterday, I believe, or was it today, we got the notification of how fast he was driving. All of a sudden, now they released that. Apparently, he was going about 80 in a 40, and when he hit the tree, he was going about 70. So, are there other factors involved here? Are we canceling Tiger? Are we being very sus about this, just like what happened the first time he crashed into a tree when stuff was happening with his ex-wife? Caught him cheating? Like, what's going on here, Tiger? Maybe he had a relapse?
Honestly, so this is really weird. We were talking about this earlier because if it was just speeding, it's kind of random that the officers or the police department said we're not going to say anything. We want to keep the privacy, which is so weird. That's not even a thing. This is actually a public concern. He's a celebrity. We want to know what's going on. So I think, it's what I think is bullshit for all I know. But they came up with this as a reason because it's the best they can come up with because they don't want to say what already happened. So maybe they're keeping it hush-hush and they're just saying he was speeding. But I only feel that way because I feel you should have just came out with the speeding to begin with. Speeding is something we all do, and it's just something that we would have been like, oh, damn, he was late to something. He had to go to a soccer game or a golf thing, and he was just running late. So it makes no sense why they just say it from the beginning. I hope it wasn't, I don't think it was, serious drugs. I think it was his painkiller. He's always taking painkillers for his back. He's been known to take those things. It was early. Maybe he fell asleep. Who knows?
So also to note with that, since he was going double the speed limit, the sheriff's department said that they were not going to cite him with speeding, although they realized that's the cause of it, or maybe it isn't, just that he was doing it. They said they found no evidence of impairment, no evidence of alcohol, drugs, or prescription medication used by him. No open containers, no narcotics, none of that. So again, we're at what was going on with is Tiger maybe going through some sort of depression that he wanted to end it all?
Actually, as a matter of fact, it's said that the black box confirmed that he was holding the accelerator the whole time, that he never hit the brake, that he was just going. That's something that I didn't even think about. Suicide is a very serious thing, especially now. That'll be sad if that it really is the case. But hopefully it wasn't, and I guess stay tuned to see if they come up with more information because this is like a little weird. Moving on, to some positive news for some.
Is it positive?
For some.
I mean, you're right. It's positive in some way.
For some. And there might be some positive results after. The Texas Rangers, an MLB team, has decided they're going to allow full stadiums, no setbacks, get everybody in there. They're saying, who's COVID? What's a
Never
COVID?
heard of her.
Texas Ranger Stadium looks like Copper 29 on a Friday night. That thing is just bumping. Everyone is just next to each other. Nobody cares. Do you think it's a good idea?
Absolutely not.
No, it's not that time?
No, 38,000 fans crammed into each other. I don't like getting into an elevator with more than 3 people. Even if we all have masks on, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know how I wouldn't feel comfortable in a stadium where I'm like this.
So if there was 2 more people in this room, you'd wear your mask.
I don't want to. That's a different story because obviously we've known that we go out to restaurants, the festivities from this past weekend, but it's obviously people you know and you trust. It's not someone you don't.
I've always been...
I don't trust 38,000 people.
But you see, I've always been on the side of the fence where if you want to go out, go out. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If you have somebody in your household who's sick, stay in. You know, everyone should just take care of their own. You know, I feel this wasn't a this isn't like AIDS where you get it and it just kills your system and die. You know, the people who get affected by COVID, from what I've seen and read, I tried to do my research, are usually people who are unhealthy, people who are overweight, people who are already sick and got COVID and died. Older people who couldn't, who are stuck in homes all day, who get no sun, so if those are the people who are passing away, it's not healthy people who are just dropping like flies. I feel let the healthy people go out, let them get their COVID and whatever, and they get better after. You're right. I'm not saying that's how it should have been from the beginning. I agree that it wasn't a bad idea to do the month or two to isolate everybody, let everybody wear their mask. But at one point, I feel let people go out, do their thing. If you have a sick person at home, or if you want to stay home and isolate yourself. Quarantine yourself.
I can see that. Now, as someone who's had this, you would be okay with getting it again? And being out for another, 2-3 months?
But here's the thing. I'm the one risking that, right? I can quarantine. I don't have to go to that game. I don't have to do certain things.
No, I know, but I'm saying, would you want to get that again?
I don't want to get COVID again. COVID sucked. COVID for me was not good, but I feel like I am a healthy man. I take care of my body. I take care of what I got to do. So I overcame it, and if I get it again, I'll hopefully I'll be ready for it again. But I will go to an event if it's safe, and I'll give it a try. I don't know if I'll go to a packed stadium just yet.
Remember, it wasn't like they had to wear their mask while they're sitting down. They were all there open, cheering.
I know, but that's why if there's 30,000 people who agree with it, let them do it. I have nothing wrong with them doing that.
You're right.
You see, I'm not ready for the game, so I wouldn't go. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, that's wrong. They're doing that. No, let them go. They want to get COVID. They want to do what they want to do.
I mean, it's wrong, but let's take what you said. Let them. If they want to do it, do it. If you want to jump off a bridge, go ahead and do it.
I don't think it's wrong either. Let's see.
I don't know. I wouldn't be okay with it. What happened?
No, I was just reading something on my phone.
Okay. So next up, we have a topic you brought up, and that is, does Major League Baseball need the dreaded S word? Do they need steroids? My answer to that, really quick, no. I don't think so. People are still hitting the long ball. They're not hitting it well. I mean, they're not hitting the ball well because I saw a lot of averages that are trash. But they're still hitting it, and you still have amazing pitching. You still have guys throwing no-hitters. Still have guys, throwing 13 strikeouts in 7 innings. So I don't think it needs it. I think we've adapted where, the true athletes, your Mike Trouts, your Giancarlo Stannons, whenever they're healthy, are going to go out and play. And let the best man win. No substance needed. Because we don't know if the steroid I'm taking is better than the steroid you're taking. Unless we all make it like a vending machine where we're like, okay, let me get a A1 for $300 and then let me inject myself. And we're all using the same steroid.
Bro, you let these guys do roids, dude. Let these guys do the roids. Nah, that's actually very dangerous. I did a paper on this when I was doing my bachelor's, and you see how a lot of these young kids start taking it too early, and it messes up their bodies when they don't need it. I don't know if you guys ever read the Jose Canseco book Juice, to where he snitched on everybody. He snitched on every single MLB player, and I truly believe everything he wrote there was true. Because it's come back to... I mean, is Jose Canseco Mike Rapaport? Who was more wrong? Jose Canseco or the guys doing the bad stuff? Oh, okay. So... is baseball more entertaining when there were steroids? Yeah, dude. It was. More home runs. There was also elite pitching. Both were even. I mean, Roger Clemens, Greg Maddux, all these great pitchers at that time. Now it's kind of not... You have guys making $400 million and they're not even getting 100 RBIs a game, a year. You know, these stats are...
That was a shot to Mr. Lindor, by the way, for all you Mets fans.
I'm just saying the way it is. A lot of these guys aren't. If you look at the stats, you know, even Bryce Harper, even Machado. I mean, Machado I think has good stats, but
Harper has good stats.
Good, but you see, good to be that big of a contract. It just
I would say, if anything, the guy I mentioned, Giancarlo Stanton, who hasn't been able to stay healthy, but when he's healthy, he puts up numbers. He's hitting the long ball. He's giving you RBIs. He's hitting grand slams.
Well, I think it needs it, but I'm glad that it's not a part of the game, because I don't want to see young kids, 17, 18, think they have to take steroids to take it to the league. So as long as the game's clean, it's fine. There's never going to be a right way to administer steroids. It's just not. Everyone's always going to want to take advantage. All right, last thing before the fourth quarter ends. Melo, WrestleMania. Tell us, you are the WrestleMania, WWE, AEW wrestling correspondent. Tell us, what are you most excited about?
What am I most excited about? I'm most excited about... No, I'm not excited about that man being at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Get out of here.
He wasn't either.
Sheesh. I'm actually excited about 3 things. The main event.
Which one?
For night 1 and night 2.
Okay.
Because I think they picked the right matches. And I'm excited for The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Interesting.
Because now we have The Fiend come back. He's all burned up. He's got a new mask. He looks scarier than ever. And I'm wondering what they're going to do. Are they going to make it a normal match? Are they going to make it, like the cinematic thing they did with Cena? Because then that might just be a little bit scarier. And then, we got David over here saying he's got Bad Bunny taking the belt.
Oh, there you go.
And that I'm a hater, apparently. No, Bad Bunny doesn't belong there. The only thing I will say about WrestleMania and Bad Bunny is that thank you, WWE, for making it a tag team match. That's it. Because it was not going to be believable that Bad Bunny was going to beat The Miz one-on-one. It wasn't. And that was going to upset the shit out of me, because he does not deserve to beat The Miz. Not clean. So I'm glad it's a tag match. You know what? I'll call it right here, because I'm not even sure if Just Too Sweet's coming out tomorrow. But I'm going to tell you how that match is going to go. They're going to have their back and forth. Damian Priest is going to hit his Razor's Edge finisher on The Miz. He's going to tag in Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's going to do his little flying leap like a bunny and hopefully not kill himself this time. Land on Miz and pin him 1, 2, 3. Calling it right here. We call everything on the fourth quarter show. Calling that right now.
There you go. I am most looking forward to watching the event with you.
No.
And
we still got to figure out what we're going to eat.
And Daphne if she joins. David, please put your goddamn Twitch name on the comment section, bro. What are you, nervous? Can you just write it in there? Bro,
you're missing out on those mad subscribers.
Dude, we're trying to give you a plug here, dude. Put your Twitch, my man. That is the end of the fourth quarter. Now on to everybody's favorite segment. OT. Melo, have you seen his Twitch page? Have you seen his Twitch name here?
No, he put Now we suck. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm blushing.
David, just type it in one more time right now on the thing. It's easy peasy. Type it in again. No, where? No, just type your name. Maybe you put like a link. Don't put a link. Just put the name.
Yeah, the name.
Just put the name of your Twitch page.
Twitch.tv/whatever.
All right. So moving on to the fourth to OTOT. We're gonna bring up a topic that took us a week to finally watch. Finally get laid back. Let's take some shots.
Wow.
Let me get your cup.
Oh, Kenny agreeing with you, saying we need roids in baseball.
Hey!
I need 150 homers.
Kenny says that because Kenny loves MLB The Show.
He likes the long ball,
just
doesn't he?
having 160 K Jackson a season.
Thank you, Kenny.
Oh yeah, by the way, Kenny had messaged me to tell you happy belated birthday.
Thank you. No, David, we still don't see it.
All right, dude.
It's still not there.
Okay, whenever you type the better question mark after that, just type it and type your name. I don't understand. Listen, cheers. Happy birthday.
Cheers.
We finally saw Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Whew. Oh my god, which one was it?
Ah, there it is.
There we go. We figured it out. Everybody, follow his Twitch page. Kenny, follow my boy's Twitch page. You guys should probably play Call of Duty together. No, my nephew doesn't play Call of Duty. What am I saying? All right, so, guys, we finally saw the Snyder Cut. I know everyone's been waiting to hear our review. Who's going to start, Mello?
You know what?
We should cut some of that cake. That's what we should do.
I want to give you the honors of starting the debate on the Snyder Cut, and I'll cut the cake.
Oh, it is your birthday, so... Guys, listen. Okay. The movie was better. The movie was better than the original Justice League. But so is spraying Febreze on shit. Would make it smell better, but it's still shit. You guys see? You following? The movie is better because it's 4 hours long, so it's letting you understand the movie better. It's unfair for Josh Whedon to have taken out a 2.5 hour movie because the same would have happened to Snyder. So now you watch the new Snyder Cut and you're able to understand more than you did of Josh Whedon because they told Josh Whedon, hey, for your theatrical release, it has to be 2.5 hours long. So that means he has to take off important parts of the movie. Snyder, on the other hand, was like, oh, I got 4 hours. Let me just tell everybody everything. All right. That's one reason why it's better. Second reason why it's better. If me and Mello have a podcast like this one, we're doing this podcast, and after we have a bunch of fans telling us, hey, this is whack, that's whack, this is whack, and we come back next week with the same podcast, fix it up, clean up all the mistakes, you guys are going to say it's better. All right? So those are two reasons right there. You got the fact that he was able to put 4 hours to show people, make them understand better. The second part was that he was able to correct all the freaking mistakes with $70 million extra dollars. And the third reason why it was better was because the last 30 minutes were the best part of the movie. He put random scenes that he never showed. He put the Joker. He put a bunch of other people in there. Parts that didn't even make sense in the movie, but fuck, it was cool. So the movie was better, but the movie was still bad. It wasn't fun. So I'm still giving it a fucking 5 out of 5.
Wow, you're very generous. First off, I need to congratulate you on how proper and eloquent you were with your review on Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because I was surprised. I was waiting for bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. So let me do it for you. Zack Snyder's Justice League was trash. garbage. I'm gonna take a word from Candace Parker. Garbage. And that's just the bold truth of it. You pretty much nailed every nail on the head. If Josh Whedon had 4 hours, he would have made that. But guess what? No one wants to sit in a movie theater for 4 hours. I don't care how much I love the movie. I'm not sitting in a movie theater for 4 hours. Especially that one. That one was horrible. Second, Dave's saying, I can't believe you wasted 4 hours. I can't believe it either. I did it for the show. I did it for you guys watching. And then there was just so many things that I was like, what? Why? What was the necessary of all the damn slow-mo scenes in the movie? There you're just making the movie long for no reason. There's no reason to have Lois Lane in a coffee shop because a lot of the scenes with Lois Lane made absolutely zero sense and 0 point to it, just wanting to throw Amy Adams into a movie. Let me have her drink coffee super slow and then ponder about, where she can be and where the hell is Clark Kent. Pointless. Martian Manhunter? Pointless.
Yeah.
So pointless. There was no reason for him to be in the movie. Zero. He served zero purpose to him in the movie besides just, hey, bro, our movie sucks. What can we do? Hey, let's just throw in Martian Manhunter. It might make it better. Let's throw in another guy who apparently has been on Earth this entire time. Hasn't done shit. And then, wants to make his appearance now. It's horrible. Just terrible. And then, not to mention, just some of the goofy things. Like, all of it is Superman. At least, I want to say Whedon gave it a reason why Superman stopped kicking the shit out of Batman and Aquaman and Flash. All of a sudden, Superman's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to whoop your ass anymore. Oh, you know what? I need to find out why they brought me back. Like, what? So all of a sudden, he has no hatred towards them. And let's not get started with, you know what the best part of the movie was? I need you to reenact it because that was the best part of the movie.
Superman got poom poom, and that's why he came back to the crew. he had his gal, he had his slime piece tell him, yo, his dime piece be like, yo, Superman, go save the world, man. I give you what you needed, you back.
My favorite part of the movie is, yes, it is all the superheroes there waiting, and then it's like, oh, where's Batman?
I feel nobody asked that. I feel nobody asked that question. Me and Mello were there all the time, like, hey, Mello, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman can just fly up in the air. Aquaman just fucking dips with his water and goes wherever he wants. Flash just runs the speed of light. If all of them go to the location in 2 seconds, Superman's just like, oh, shit. He has to put his head down and run. I mean, Batman just has to be like, oh, shit, and run. Like... It cracks me up because they're all already in the main scene, and then Superman will come 5 minutes later, like, I'm finally here. Batman, sorry. Jesus Christ.
Having so many, and then at the end, they're all standing on the top of whatever that was, and then Batman's there like, oh, help me up.
I love it.
And it was to me, it was the most funniest thing in the world because I was like, how long do you think they were standing up there before Batman showed up?
I love that Zack Snyder did that. It was just, they just finished kicking whatever the fuck they just did. And then next scene is them going up, and then they're like on a ledge. And Superman's just being held up because they wanted to show that he was. Why couldn't they just show Batman do his little thing, that he has?
He still needed help.
Zip line up. And it would have been dope because you see them flying, and then Batman just boom, and then zips up, and then they help him up. It made no sense, dude.
And what a lot of people are saying, this movie gave Batman justice, Ben Affleck's Batman justice, and I'm like, where? The guy was pointless. Besides trying to get them all together, that's all he did. He was pointless in that movie. I don't think he's a good Batman still. He's still Martha. And he also did that. He's with Wonder Woman. He's with Flash. Only them two. And he's still doing the stupid voice in the damn Batman suit. It's like, why? They know who you are already.
I can't take this flagrant talk about Batman. Because he was my favorite part of the movie. I swear. He was my favorite part of the movie. Regardless of what you want to say. This movie did give him justice. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Wonder Woman was trash.
Oh, you mean every single time
was a slow-mo or something that made no sense, and she was this and she was that, made no sense. Flash was a dork. I don't understand why they want to give him his own movie because I don't even want to watch him in Justice League, let alone a whole freaking movie.
He had one good scene, and that was at the end when he turned back time, and that was it. Besides that, he looked like a clown, and I hate that they make Flash look like a clown.
Superman was the best part when he came back and whooped everybody's ass. Like, okay, here we go. Aquaman was like no purpose. Oh, and Cyborg. Damn, we forgot about Cyborg. Cyborg wasn't that bad. He's probably my second favorite character, I should say.
He served more of a purpose this movie than in
absolutely. He was the whole cornerstone of it. But yeah, I think Batman was my favorite than Cyborg.
For me, I would have to say Martian. No, come on.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. I will say that I enjoyed, I guess, more Stephen Wolf this time because they gave him more of a purpose and he seemed more badass than before. But still, Superman comes in and just... You don't need the Justice League. You just need Superman. That's basically all you need.
That really was ridiculous.
You don't need anybody. You just need Superman.
Batman assembled this whole team for nothing because he could have literally just found whatever they needed to wake up Superman. And it would have been the same thing. Superman wakes up. He goes and bangs Lois Lane.
He could have said Martha one or two, three times. I've been like, okay, we're good.
His goddamn head, and then all of a sudden, whatever.
That's enough.
Michael B. Jordan, come save this, please. Come be Superman.
So you think, are we restoring the Snyderverse like everyone wants to do?
The only actors who are preaching restore the Snyderverse are people who need jobs.
The Rock says
Deathstroke is like, yo, I need this. Everyone else is like, yo, bring this thing back. We need jobs. That's it. No, The Rock is an ego thing. I love The Rock, but The Rock just wants to be like, watch, I can save this shit too. I saved Fast and the Furious. I saved Jumanji. I bring back movies. So he took one look at Snyderverse and he goes, I can save this shit.
I hate you.
I can. He's gonna get Ben Affleck back, Henry Cavill. He's gonna get the whole band back together, and The Rock's gonna be like $2 billion worldwide because of me. Watch. He's like, not only that, bring the Snyderverse to $7 production.
Ooh, but I'm gonna agree with David. I'd rather watch Titanic twice. That's a great movie, by the way. I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go. Something. We had a lot of premieres this week. We had a certain trailer from the self-proclaimed king anticipating. It is none other than Space Jam 2. What is it? Something Legacy, right?
I don't even know. I thought it was just Space Jam 2.
Space Jam.
New Hope.
New Hope. I'll tell you, it's Space Jam, A New Legacy. Of course, because, it's LeBron James, so a new legacy. And we saw that trailer. What did you think about, your self-proclaimed king's trailer to this movie?
I enjoyed it, I thought it was I thought it looked a new take on it. I am going to be optimistic about it because Jumanji did the same thing where it was a little different, but ended up being a great movie. I took that LeBron was trying to be funnier than Michael Jordan. And I think what I enjoyed about Michael was that he was so damn serious in the Looney Tunes movie, and it just came off as funny already or cool or whatever. Michael Jordan was just so like confused about everything and mad about the whole movie. And I feel LeBron's actually trying to act and be funny and do all these liners. So it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic and see how LeBron can do with that. I didn't like that he was a cartoon at one point. It was kind of weird. But, maybe it's interesting how they're going to turn that around. I didn't see the trailer and thought I hate it. I actually saw it and thought, man, I want to go watch it in the movie theaters. Honestly.
So I'm going to go ahead and say this. Very simple. LeBron James is going to need Superman, the Iron Giant, all the Looney Tunes squad. And all Michael Jordan needed was Bill Murray and Newman from Seinfeld to beat the Monstars. That's all I'm going to say. But I don't know. In real talk, I didn't think the trailer was terrible. It actually made me kind of want to watch the movie. Like you said, want to watch it in theaters or just watch it in general. I'm optimistic about it. Not just for LeBron James, but for the Space Jam series. Like, that movie to me when I was a kid, I loved it. Loved watching it. Loved watching the Toon Squad. And this one, hey, I'm just curious to see how they're going to add the powers to these folks of Anthony Davis, Diana Taurasi, Clay Thompson, like I want to see how that gets done. So I'm more curious, and I wish them the best, because if they can, maybe we get a Space Jam 3 with Kyrie Irving. It'll be better. Who knows?
That sounds terrible.
Why does it sound terrible? Uncle Drew on the court? We get all different versions of Kyrie?
You can't give me the Uncle Drew movie. I don't want to see Kyrie. No, that's different.
All right, moving on to another premiere we saw today. It was a trailer for season 3 of Dark Side of the Ring. And boy, did this trailer make you want to... I mean, I don't know. It's just, as a wrestling fan, you could have just put names together and I would have wanted to watch it. But the trailer, I think, did its justice to make me want to tune in May. May 6th, I believe, is what it is. And there was, well, are there any stories that you saw that kind of intrigued you?
The Ultimate Warrior one was probably the dopest one that I want to watch.
I didn't know that they were going to do one on him.
I didn't know what they were going to do. Which ones did you know that they were going to do it on?
I know they were going to do Brian Pillman. I didn't know they were going to do one on David Arquette. That might be a little bit interesting, you know, former WCW champion, and now he's actually trying to pursue wrestling. Maybe Bad Bunny takes that same turn as well. But I think that one's interesting. I think the Dynamite Kid one is going to be interesting just because of, you know, how tragic his end was. But yeah, the Ultimate Warrior one I think is going to be fantastic, because that's always something that literally he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. The next night, he gives this speech about, you know, how the warrior blood is always going to run through everybody. And it kind of was like a goodbye speech, because then the next day he has a heart attack and passes away. So it's one of those like, wait, did he know he was going to die? Or like, what happened? Like, it's really big. And they got his wife, so that's great. They have a lot of people. They have John Moxley on it. They have Jericho back on it. So I like the, you know, the different variety they're going to have of folks talking about the certain events.
Ooh, speaking of Jericho. Are we going to watch... Are we going to watch the Stone Cold podcast with Jericho? Is it after the first night or the second night?
After the second night of WrestleMania, Broken Skull, Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to have on the WWE, well, I guess Peacock now, not the WWE Network, him one-on-one with Chris Jericho, Mr. AEW, and nothing is off limits, which is going to be fantastic.
I can't wait for that. Stone Cold's getting better at it, too, at asking questions and everything, so... That's going to be interesting. Moving on to some sad news. And I haven't checked to see if he's okay or what it is, but DMX had an overdose this past weekend.
Yeah.
DMX definitely was a top rapper when I was growing up, listening to his music. And when he did the Versus battle recently versus Snoop Dogg, I feel it showed a lot of people the songs that DMX had in his repertoire, because everyone thought, oh, Snoop Dogg's going to take this one. But then every time DMX would drop a song, it was just one of those moments where you're thinking, oh, DMX still got it. Yo, that music bumps. Mm-hmm. So it's sad to see, you know, somebody else. He's always had a cocaine problem. And hopefully, you know, I'm not sure what the status is. Last time I read that he was, you know, in a coma. Another thing was that he was brain dead and this and that. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, from the last update, his brain activity isn't changing. No improvements. It's still the same. So now the family's stuck with, if he doesn't show any improvements, do we just pull the plug?
Wow. And so he really is no activity in the brain. That's actually going on. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So apparently he's still in the same shape. It's not looking good. And yeah, it sucks because, yeah, like you said, DMX was definitely, you know, one of those guys growing up that, you know, you just heard his music and you're like, wow, this bumps. Mm-hmm. I know I said bumps. But yeah, it was great.
You're 30 now, so it's okay. Moving on to some better news. Mike Posner is climbing a mountain for charity, ladies and gentlemen.
But not just any mountain. He's climbing Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. He's been training. He's doing everything he needs to do, speaking to doctors, make sure he's conditioned. He recently walked the country. So now he wants to climb a mountain. This guy is inspirational. Yep. I've been a fan of him since 2010. Back in his Duke days.
All the low-key songs people don't know about.
Man, I would listen to him all the time, and I still listen to his albums now. So it's cool that he's doing something like that for charity. You know, Melo, we should do something. We should go for a walk a long walk, maybe do a 30-mile bike ride.
I need to get a bike.
We should do something. We can go
I don't know about 30-mile bike. People do 30-mile bike
okay?
rides all the time. Woo! 30-mile bike
I need
rides
to get
all
you
the time.
somewhere, right? We need to get started. I mean, what do you recommend then?
I don't know if a walk is a good idea just because, but I don't know, man. Miami's a dangerous place. You might get hit by a car, walking or biking. But we should definitely come up with something. I agree with you. Maybe, ride the double looper like 30 times in a row. I don't even think that's still a ride at the youth fair.
That sounds awful.
That's actually probably more dangerous than riding, a bike in Miami.
And I guess one of the last topics we have is Ariana Grande is going to be a judge in The Voice. What do you think?
Ooh. When I heard this, I was like, Ariana? The Voice? Absolutely. She has one of the most amazing voices of this generation. There's no reason she shouldn't be on there. Like they should have taken Christine. They should take Pharrell off. They should take Christine off. Whichever one of those bums, put in Ariana in every single season because her voice is fantastic. And there's anyone that hits that high note better, it's her. Yeah, sorry Mariah, you got replaced.
Mariah was in The Voice?
No, I meant like that she has a high pitch voice.
Well, she's not in Mariah level, but I guess she is.
You're right. Ariana's better.
She is taking the mantle. I love it. I think she's awesome. Ariana Grande. She was an actress in her early days, and she's a phenomenal singer. Has an amazing voice. I think it's going to translate well in The Voice and give the show more ratings. She has her popularity. She broke my boy Pete Davidson's heart. But it's okay.
She's broken many hearts.
He came back stronger. My nephew, I don't believe, is a big fan of Ariana Grande.
Really?
But right there.
But she's hurt a lot of people.
Nah, but not Mac. Not as bad as she hurt Mac. And now she's out here.
She said, "I don't want to marry Pete Davidson." Are you kidding me?
Not because of Mac, because she does that to guys. She gets all these guys that are broken and then just makes them even more broken. Nah, I'm a big fan of Ariana, so I'm chilling. I just know my nephew doesn't like Ariana that much. But shout out to Mac, R.I.P. He's a real one. So what do you want to end it on? It is your birthday, so anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to let out?
Yeah. Well, if you're still here and you haven't seen our Munch Madness Candy Bar Edition, you have two options. Go back, watch it, volume 29, go to OT, and you'll watch it. Or you can wait until tomorrow. And tomorrow it will be posted on the 4 Quarters YouTube channel. Just OT, just the Candy Bar edition of Munch Madness. And then you can watch it, see what you didn't like. If I was right, do you have to eat Kit Kats all 4 at one time? The answer is yes. Applebee's better than Chili's. Yes, we had all these conversations there. Now the next thing is, if you liked it so much, should we do another? We can do something different. Maybe a Oreo taste test? Try just different Oreos. And then eventually, soon enough, we already talked about this on Tuesday, just us two. We're not going to give you too many details, just that we will have one big restaurant versus restaurant tasting.
We got big things coming, everybody.
So you want to stay tuned for that. With that, I think...
With that being said, thank you, everyone.
We should close it up.
We're going to end it with... Look, I'm going to tell him which one it is because he got it wrong every time. We're going to do Aguardiente Antioqueño.
He says he's just pouring one, but he's literally grabbed both bottles both times and put them over there. And I'm not paying attention. I'm watching.
Antioqueño. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching us. We appreciate it. And with that being said, we hope that we were able to bring you some change.
And as always, that you leave here with a little more common sense. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
See ya.
To the Dirty 30 episode. And as always, the 4-quarter show doesn't just have sports.